certainly in the Public Records Office, it's a lot of fun because we're dealing with people from around the country and even around the world. Now with the advent of email, it's not unusual for the staff to be corresponding with someone in Europe or in Asia who's writing a paper. Maybe they're a graduate student, or maybe they're a political scientist trying to compare their campaign finance with ours. And with the ease of the email and the internet, we're able to correspond and provide information. So it's pretty exciting. You're dealing with the press that will call, as I said, the citizens. You even have campaigns looking at other campaigns. You know, opponents looking at each other's campaigns. So we get an experience with a whole bunch of people who are on the outside looking in at the material we have.
Strength of Pakistan's army is larger than the army of the United States, mind you. And Pakistan is the seventh strongest military power on earth. So the thinking that it won't be able to control its nuclear weapons is simply ridiculous. So you should take that out from your mind altogether. Yes, sir.
My name is George Kunkel. Why is Pakistan so worried about conflicts with India when the Taliban is hiding along the Pakistani border with Afghanistan?
Okay, that's also a very interesting question, actually. Pakistan and India, unfortunately, since partition, have had adversarial relationship, and they have fought 3 full-blown wars, and India was instrumental, along with the former Soviet Union, in dismantling Pakistan in 1971, dismembering Pakistan in 1971, when Eastern Wing, which used to be East Pakistan, became Bangladesh at that stage. And for that reason, obviously, Pakistan cannot remain oblivious to its security threats from wherever they are coming. And but at the same time, the good news is that after the 2 countries became nuclear powers, and the dynamics of global strategic and political thinking was transformed after the end of the Cold War, some positive changes are taking place in South Asian theater as well. And the most important part of that is the change which is visible in the thinking of people themselves, both in India and Pakistan. And that is impacting the policies of the 2 governments as well. So they are moving in the direction of developing normal relations and promoting cooperation as good neighbors and resolve their outstanding problems, and on top of everything.
It would be nice if we could say, okay, let's put the rest of the world on hold. There was a Broadway show many years ago called Stop the World, I Want to Get Off. And we could say, stop all the international stuff that's going on, because we need to work on America. And we certainly need to work on America. But you also have to remember that there is an interlocking relationship that America has with almost every other country in the world.
Why doesn't the U.S. just raise tariffs on foreign products so that we'll be less likely to buy things from foreign people, because it'll cost more because of the taxes, and even if they do buy them, then the money goes into our government and our U.S.
Okay, we have a word, 2 words for that. That's called trade war. You have just started a trade war. I know a lot about some things. I don't know anything about a lot of things. So each and every one of you should learn not to be embarrassed if somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, or the response is, you know, that's something I need to think about. Don't BS anybody, especially when you're in a professional situation. I've been on the House floor, I've got a question from a member, and the answer is, I don't know the answer. course, the second half of the question, the answer is I'll find out. But if you're in another situation, you say, what do you think about that? That's an important issue. So this one, I have some background in, but not enough to be able to give you a complete an answer. But if you know the answer, fine. If you don't know the answer, be upfront. Think about what the answer is and what the answer should be. Those are my main lessons to leave with.
We will pass.